So the problem I noticed with this car is that the gap here is pretty wide, maybe 3/8 right here, maybe a quarter here, and then it narrows down at the end. So plus you can see the silver paint on the lower part of the bumper in there, which seems a little weird. Let's see in here. So I started looking around and I realized, wait a minute, I think there's some pieces missing. They're shiny black on one side, and on the other side they're more of a semi-gloss black. And what's interesting, and what they don't tell you, there's a rubber seal on here. On each one it's bonded onto the metal. They seem like very good quality parts. They say they're made in Japan. Middle one, the hood latch should be right here. It goes there, and then there's the side ones, and they overlap. There's a very slight indentation here, so this one sits over like that. And there's 3 holes that line up. Here you can see the edge of the rubber seal. It looks like it's kind of roughly a T shape. Here's the invoice I got, packing slip, the 3 part numbers, and the prices. Here are the bolts that came out. One's rusty, perhaps because there's no water seal and maybe it got wet. These are interesting. They're shoulder bolts with that shank there, shoulder. The panels overlap, so you have to put the middle panel in first, and then the side panels lay on top. The middle panel's indented here. So when this part is in place, this rubber seal comes right up to the top of the bumper, and which would fill in that gap a little bit. And this part fits right in there nicely. I have not put the bolts in yet. So what I'm not putting in is these rivets here, because I didn't order any. But what's interesting is that, assuming the car was built right, and it probably was, these panels probably were here originally, and to get them out you would have had to remove those rivets. So maybe it had front end damage, I don't know. So the gap of the hood is still there, but you can't see through to the silver underneath. And there's a good rubber seal there. There's a little bit of you can see that lip here. Plus the rubber also comes around underneath and maybe seals on both sides of the gap.